Apex Legends' newest season is out, Legacy, and it brings with it a new legend, a new mode, and a new weapon, which I'll get into in this video. Kairi Imahara, callsign Valkyrie, is the newest legend to compete in the Apex games and the new arena, but more on that later. Valkyrie is the daughter of Viper, an Apex predator who fought with Apex Commissioner Kuban Blisk during the events of Titanfall 2. When Viper never came home, killed by Jack Cooper and his Titan BT during a skirmish on Typhoon, Valkyrie wanted answers, and she knew the man who had them was Blisk. She became a pilot, smuggling goods from place to place, all with the aim of coming face to face with Blisk. When she did, she shot him, his drink, and grabbed the invitation into the games that he offered her. She now flies in the arenas using her VTOL jetpack made from her father's old North Star Titan. When things get heated, she can rain down a swarm of missiles on her foes from dual rocket points, and if things get too out of hand, she can launch into the skies and dive down to reposition herself and her team. I found that Valkyrie's kit was very useful. Her jetpack makes her one of the most manoeuvrable legends in the game, able to go up to vantage points with ease. Paired with Octane, she can pretty much cover whole areas of the map without touching the floor if she bounces off one of his jump pads. This powerful ability is countered by the fact she can't fire guns while she's airborne, though she can use her missile swarm to rain down from above. Her ultimate is incredibly powerful. You can see that in this game I'm able to go from the outcrop above labs and right over the phase runner to land in solar array with the help of the jetpack. This is up there with the best ultimates in the game, as it can be used offensively, but is perhaps more helpfully used defensively, relocating or from escaping the ring. As Legacy goes on, it will be seen whether or not Valkyrie needs balancing, but at launch she seems to have a good balance, and it's obvious the developers behind her creation have worked tirelessly making sure she is balanced. At the moment, one thing that personally gripes with me is that there is no way to cancel her missile swarm. This is a pain, but something I can see being changed in a future update. Now, as previously mentioned, Respawn have added a new mode, a full-on new game mode that is separate to Battle Royale. This mode is Arenas and is a 3v3 mode that pits two teams in round-based elimination combat. Ran by Ash, these arenas will test players' skill, determination, and patience, especially when your teammates quit because they died in the first round, leaving you 2v3. Barring this annoyance, which will undoubtedly be looked at by those at Respawn, Arenas is an incredible addition to the game. It brings two new maps made specifically for the mode, Phase Runner and Party Crasher. Phase Runner is a large open map with a mini Phase Runner on one side and an unbuilt one on the other side. The centre of the map is very open, but with nooks and crannies that allow sneaky legends to hide. Both teams can use a side to the Phase Runner to try and get the drop on the other. Party Crasher is a more urban map, urban and Mirage's Crashed Party Act. This map has quite a lot of vertical variation and long sightlines which can be used by skillful snipers. On one side is a luxury building, on the other Mirage's crashed boat, and in the centre a bridge that connects the two. This map is a bit smaller than Phase Runner and will offer plenty of close engagements. There are three other maps that rotate in, each a location from one of the three Battle Royale maps. Artillery from King's Canyon, Thermal Station from World's Edge, which has been added back into the rotation, and King's Canyon has been given the boot for this season. And finally, Golden Gardens from Olympus. Maybe in future these locations will be changed. Naturally, everyone is already calling for Skulltown to be added, but I personally want Dome from World's Edge and Swamps from King Canyon to be added into this rotation. In Arenas, you can use materials at the start of each round during the buy phase to choose your loadout, buy abilities, weapons, and attachments for them. You start fresh each round, so don't be afraid to experiment if you're on the back foot. To win in the arena, you have to win 3 rounds and be 2 ahead of the opposing team. If you reach 4-4, you go to a sudden death match, where the winner of that one will win overall. I've enjoyed my matches in the arena, when the teams have been equal. It's much faster than Battle Royale, and the 3v3 nature is very intense. I found that you can almost use any weapon effectively, as long as you get the upper hand with positioning. Stock up on consumables. A well-placed grenade can turn the tables on your foes. And definitely do not neglect health items, as some battles can become a battle of attrition, so you'll need to restock your shields and health. And finally, new weapon added in Season 9 is the most unique weapon so far, the Bocek Bow. This new weapon fits into the new Marksman class, which they have created using the Triple Take, G7, 30 and 30-30 repeater, along with the bow. These weapons are halfway between an assault rifle and a sniper rifle. The bow uses arrows, and its weapon colour is yellow. It is a charge mechanic which is normal for most bow weapons in video games and can deal a pretty hefty amount of damage at full charge, which does not take long to reach. Firing the bow without charging it is not recommended as it does very little damage. It has a low drop-off at range, making it a viable sniper, but can only fit up to the 3x zoom optic. Arrows are rare but retrievable, so be smart while using them in engagements. I've personally really enjoyed using this weapon and have even moved to playing Loba in order to use her black market bouquet to get an upper hand in finding a rare weapon, though Loba has had a much needed improvement to her teleportation bracelet, as she is now able to run with it, whereas before she could only walk quite slowly while she was teleporting. The bow really rewards accurate players and is incredibly satisfying to nail headshots with it. What are your thoughts on the new season in Apex? Have you got any changes you'd like to make, or just things that you really enjoy? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much. Goodbye.